Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into a postnatal exercise guide. The kind you might get leaving the hospital.
Right.
And our goal here is really to cut through sort of the noise and find the absolute must-knows this source offers for your physical recovery after having a baby.
Yeah, and this guide, it really zeroes in on those key spots, doesn't it? The ones most affected by pregnancy and birth for you. We're talking back abs.
And that pelvic floor, which seems crucial.
Exactly. The pelvic floor is a big focus.
What really jumped out at me first was how early it says to start. Like, not weeks later. It's talking gentle, specific exercises twice a day, right from the get-go for maybe 2 or 3 months.
And there's a key rule in there, too, isn't there, about pain?
Oh, yeah. Big rule. Nothing should hurt. And never hold your breath while doing them.
That early start is, I think, one of the really valuable takeaways here. You might assume recovery is all about, crunches much later.
Getting your core back.
But this guide points to the pelvic floor playing this vital role in healing immediately after birth.
Healing. How so?
Well, it explains that gentle movement there actually boosts circulation right down there.
Okay.
Which helps tissues recover faster, even if you've got stitches or other discomforts like hemorrhoids. That's a piece people might easily miss.
Wow. Okay. Helping healing straight away, that definitely flips the usual thinking.
It does.
And the guide lays out a clear path for those pelvic floor exercises, doesn't it?
Yeah, very clear progression. It starts super gentle, tiny little squeezes almost right after birth.
Just small ones.
Then over weeks, you build up. Longer holds, aiming for maybe 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. And they use that analogy.
Oh, the milkshake one. Yeah, like picturing pulling a thick milkshake up through a straw just to help you kind of connect mind to muscle.
That's a great visual.
And then around 10 weeks or so, it's just more to maintenance, daily holds, quicker contractions, and practicing what it calls the knack.
The knack.
Yeah.
Right. What exactly is that again?
So the knack is basically that quick squeeze and lift of your pelvic floor before and during something that puts pressure down there.
Like coughing. Or sneezing.
Exactly. Or lifting something. It's like a preemptive brace to protect the area.
Gotcha. Okay, so beyond the specific exercises, the source also talks a lot about just everyday practical care.
Oh, definitely. Back care is huge in the guide.
So what are the main rules there? For lifting, maybe, or feeding?
Okay, for lifting like the baby or the car seat, it's really clear. Keep those natural curves in your spine. Don't flatten around too much.
Keep the load close.
Yep, keep it close. And use your legs. Bend your knees, not your back. Standard lifting advice, but crucial here.
And for sitting, like during feeding.
Support your spine's curves there, too. Use pillows, especially important when you're sitting for long periods feeding,
Yeah.
Helps prevent that upper back and neck tension.
Makes sense. What about abdominal muscle separation? That's pretty common, right?
Very common. The guide explains, it happens because the muscles lengthen and that connective tissue down the middle stretches during pregnancy.
And that affects support.
Yeah, it can impact your trunk support, maybe lead to some back or pelvic pain, plus that tummy bulge people notice.
So what does the guide suggest for that?
It really focuses on good posture first and avoiding things that make the bulge worse.
Like sit-ups.
Well, specifically like sitting straight up from lying down, it suggests rolling onto your side first to get up. Much gentler.
Oh, okay. Rolling.
And sometimes maybe using an abdominal binder, but only if a physio advises it.
Which brings us to the professional check. The guide seems pretty strong on that.
Absolutely crucial. It puts a lot of weight on getting a postnatal physio check around the 6-week mark.
What do they check for?
They'll assess your pelvic floor function properly,
Huh?
look at any abdominal separation, check your posture, any general tension. It's comprehensive.
And it's like a gateway, right? Before doing more intense stuff.
Totally. The source presents it as basically non-negotiable before you even think about returning to higher impact exercise or, serious abdominal work. Usually not before 12 to 16 weeks, it suggests.
And it gives a general timeline, too, starting slow.
Yeah, a very phased approach. Starts with just walking in the early weeks, then maybe low-impact stuff like swimming or cycling from around 3 to 8 weeks.
But always increasing gradually.
Gradually, and after that 6-week check and getting the okay from a professional, safety first. Assessment is key.
What's really striking is how it all connects. Lifting properly, posture during feeding. It all ties back into your recovery.
It's totally interconnected, and the guide even weaves your recovery into just caring for the baby. It touches on things like baby massage.
How does that connect?
Well, it links baby massage to bonding and reducing your stress levels, which indirectly supports your physical recovery, right? less tension.
Interesting link.
And even preventing flathead syndrome, plagiocephaly, by varying the baby's head position that involves you moving and changing positions too. It's all integrated.
So wrapping this up, what does this deep dive tell us? What's the big picture for you, the listener?
Well, this guide really lays out a structured path. It's about targeted exercises, yes, but also about being mindful in just your everyday movements.
Right, and it gives that clear, phased return to activity, emphasizing professional checks before you ramp things up.
And it makes it really clear that this postnatal recovery isn't just, about getting your body back aesthetically.
No, it's more fundamental.
Exactly. It's about building a solid foundation for your health, your well-being, as you step into this new phase with your baby, considering everything from deep muscle function to how you hold yourself.
Which leads to a final thought, really. Considering how detailed and interconnected this guide makes recovery seem, how might embracing that kind of focused foundational approach empower you, not just physically, but maybe boosting your confidence and your capacity as you care for your new baby?